Hello guys, I'm Fredboy. I'm going to be teaching you how to make thumbnails like this in your Minecraft videos. This is all completely free and really easy to follow, so make sure to watch till the end. I'm not here to waste your time, so let's get right into the video. So first you want to head over to Novaskin. I'll leave a link in the description, and then you can search for your own Minecraft skins like this. And then I can find a yellow skin if I wanted to. Or you can click on open and open the skin file for your skin or whatever skin you want to upload to it. Or you could also search your Minecraft name like this. Mine is Fredboy, so I can search it up and it will automatically put the skin as my Minecraft skin. Mine was already this, so that's why it didn't change, but it'll show the Minecraft skin up here for you. And now after you've gotten the skin ready, you can click on pose at the top to start making like the character not look like a stick man. So now usually I'll click random pose until I find one that I like. So I like this one, but I don't like how bent this knee is, so I can change that with right leg bending. So now I think this looks good. So you can adjust it all you want. You can do whatever you want with your pose. There's tons of different options. And then you want to click at photo at the top, and it'll give you a PNG of what your Minecraft skin is with the new pose. But if you don't like how it's facing, you can always change it however you like, and it'll save the image the way you rotate it. So now you can either go into Minecraft and find a good picture to use as the background, or you can search one up on Google like this and go into images, and then you can find one that you like. So if I want this one, I could choose this one and save the image. Now you can resize your background by using Ctrl-T. Keep in mind it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not really the focus of the thumbnail, it's just in the background. So now you're going to want to drag the PNG file that we made earlier in Novaskin into your project file. So I'll put mine in like this. So now that I got my skin in here, I can resize it however I want to by using these corners. And now if I want it on the side, I can just have it like that. But now I think that the background is a little too obstructive, so I want to go to the background layer and I can change the blur. Usually I use Gaussian blur because it's smooth. So now I can change how much blur it has. That's too much. And that looks pretty good. I'll use a little bit less. Okay, so now after I've done that, we're gonna want text. So we can do that by using the text tool right here. Now I can add text, and I can go Minecraft thumbnails like that. And now I can move it to wherever I want to, and if I want it on top, I can drag the layer over here if I want it on top of the skin. And now I can also resize that to whatever I want to by clicking Ctrl-T. And the font for Minecraft is usually it's called Minecraft Regular, and sometimes it's called Minecraftia. I'll leave a link to the font download in the description if you want to use the exact same font that I use, but any font should work out. So after you've done that, I think the font is kind of bland and boring, so you can double click on the layer and change some of the text options. So usually I'll put a stroke on mine and a gradient overlay and a drop shadow. So once you've put all those, you don't have to do it all at once, but I'll show you one at a time. So I think I'll start out with a gradient overlay. So right here I can change which colors it blends into. So if I wanted a kind of purple and blue gradient, I can use that. But you can also go into here and change the exact colors that it blends with. So if I want a more lighter blue, I can do that. And also I can change different parts of it. So if I can change the middle gradients to where it blends into. So it's highly customizable. You can change it to whatever you like, but I'll just leave it at what it's normally at. So I'll leave it at that. And now you can move on to the stroke. So the stroke is actually a lot different. You can use a normal color, but sometimes it doesn't look great. It depends on what kind of text you're going for. So I can go for a gradient right here, which sometimes it'll look really good with the text if you use a stroke gradient. So I want to make it relatively close so that it doesn't look really odd. So I'll choose that, but just know that you can change it like this. So I'll change the colors right now. So I think that looks good for now. You want to spend a lot more time tweaking it so that you can get it perfect, so that your thumbnail looks as best as possible. But I think that looks good for now, and now we can add a drop shadow. So you can change what direction you want the drop shadow to go. I'll choose like this. It doesn't really matter, but you can change the distance and stuff over here, the opacity. So if you fiddle around with this, you can find a good balance between them all. I think this looks good, so I'm done with the text now, so I can move over to this thing. So now if I double click on this, we have the same thing. We can use strokes, color overlays, gradient overlays, but usually I'll just stick to a stroke and a drop shadow. So for the stroke, I'll usually just have one color, and I'll make it a lighter color, kind of like that. That looks good. You just want it to highlight the character more so that you can see it better, and you don't want the size to be too obnoxious. So I think that looks good. It kind of looks like it's glowing, but you can also obviously change it to whatever you want to. You can experiment with like the outer glows and stuff if you want to do that, but I think that looks good. And the drop shadow, I think it looks good if it's synced with the text like that. So after that, it looks kind of bland still. It's just a picture of this with text and a background. So what you can do is you can add something called a sunburst. I'll leave a link to the sunburst that I use in this video in the description, but you can also just search on Google for different sunburst effects to add into your thumbnail. So once you have your sunburst in, it'll look something like this, but you can change that in here by in the blending options. You can change the blending options to whatever you like. I usually use multiply because that looks the best, and you want to change the opacity to make it a little lower. And now you want to put it at the only above the background so that it looks like this. Now you can center it so that it looks like it's coming out of your Minecraft character. So now once you do that, you can resize it by using Control T and keep making it larger. So now it looks great. I think this looks good, but if I want the color in the background to be different, I can use a color overlay. So let's try that. So by choosing color overlay, now you can obviously see that the color has changed a lot in the background, but you can change it here depending on how much you like. You can use darken, normal, all of these different options to change what the color overlay looks like. I usually use hard light because I think it looks bright and good, and then you can change whatever color you want the overlay to be. So I'll choose like a purplish color because I think it goes well with my skin. So once I do that, you can obviously make tweaks to your text if you don't like how it looks like with the overlay, but after that click OK, and now you have a pretty good Minecraft thumbnail. It's obviously different for every video that you want to make. You don't want to make the exact same thumbnail on every video. So by experimenting a lot with the different features I showed you, you can definitely make some good thumbnails. And if you don't have Photoshop, that's fine. I definitely recommend Photopea. It's a web photo editor, and it's almost exactly like Photoshop. It's still really good. But yeah, I know this isn't the content that I usually make, but if you still did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing. If you want to be more of a part of our community, then make sure to check out our Discord server. We do lots of events and more fun things. Besides that, I hope you learned something from this video. Bye.